Is the office where the guard will spawn and spend most of his time. Um, the original game didn't have this whole window thing. It only had the doors and vents, but this is the left vent. This is the right vent. Over here's the door, and then over here is the table where you can pick up your remote to check cameras, your flashlight to see in the dark, and this button you'll be able to press over here to not shock, scare away animatronics with a bright light. Here's one of the animatronics here. Here's the air vents. You can kind of see where the whole room comes in play. I made this map a long time ago, but I copied it and added stuff to it. But even though this map is very old, so the kitchen. This is the old camera system. It doesn't work anymore. This is Diggy's party room. Diggy's like my version of Foxy. Again, all these animatronics are like dinosaurs, so instead of a fox, he was a triceratops. If you go into this back room, there's this boarded up area. It used to be a kids' play area, but now it's just completely demolished. And there's now this animatronic that Katu made. In the original game, this whole area was blocked off, like this thing was down. But this is the parking service room. This is like a spring log mannequin suit, blood on the floor. We got some of the animatronic pieces, heads. And if you go down into this air vent, it leads all the way back to the office. But yeah, and if you don't want to go down this way, you can always go down this other air vent, and it will lead you back into the area here. And then over here we have the bathrooms, some posters. I didn't really finish them because I kind of gave up on this map. See, this one's empty. This camera used to be in the corner right here, but I changed it where it's like closer to the stage. We had some arcade machines here. This one has like it looks like an Among Us character. This is my friend who wrote "Suspicious Imposters." If you tilt your head a little bit, you can kind of see it says "Suspicious Imposters." Another video game over here. This one, if you tilt your head, uh, it says "Rocket Launching." It's reference to my first ever roleplay map that was actually really cool. I had like an update like a regular battle royale. So one of the updates is like this rocket that launched. It also could be used for my regular battle royale map. The very first live event wasn't even a live event; it was a comic event, and it was a rocket launch. And then one half is another FNAF series I made, and so this machine is like that dance machine one. Here are the animatronics. They're kind of ugly looking, but this is Diney. She was originally going to be green, but I changed her to blue last second. You can see her colors. It's just like a simple dinosaur. She's supposed to be an Allosaurus. Then you have Rocky, which is literally just Diney reskinned with some rocks sticking out. She looks so ugly. They're all girl animatronics, but this one um, is like a T-Rex. I don't know why her eyes yellow there, but not over here. That's weird. And of course, this one over here for all the prop manipulators is fiery. She's like a Gigasaurus, but with a fire thing going on. See her? I think she's a lot more unique than the other ones. She's like the Bonnie of the group. Rocky's like the Chica, Diney's the Freddy. And then over here, there wasn't one more animatronic by the way named Shadow. I never made him, but in the game he looks kind of like Godzilla. But this used to lead to another game or section of the map, but I deleted it because this is supposed to be the first game, not the second game. But I made in the original map, I made the first and second game in one map. So all I had to do to get to each game is go through these doors. And here's some behind the scenes of them being made and sculpted. You can see the idea with Tiny, the original idea. It was just supposed to be green. I think green looks better than blue, but I went on blue for some reason. And then not Fire, what's his name? Rocky. It's just a reskin of Tiny completely. Fiery is different pose, not sagging down, but staring up, and some marks, some stripes. I mean, Tiny did have a little mark. If you look over here, see this like this random blue thing, like sticking out like a sore thumb on her. I don't know what that's for. I think that's like a blue thing, like a blue reference from Jurassic World. I don't know what I had, but yeah, this map was a fail. Um, it did not work out. I mean, even if it did work out, it wouldn't really be creepy or scary, and it wouldn't really be that fun. The whole point of the series was a game where it was like FNAF, but you could be the animatronic. You weren't always the guard. So that was like a really fun concept, but just with AI being the animatronic and it not being it being not even scary. Um, I'm butchering a lot of words, sorry. Um, it's just a total fail. Does he look like something you said at Rainbow Friends? Anyway, let's move on. Now, this is a map that I promised to show on my other channel, but um, you can tell it's kind of bad just by the looks of it. I mean, I can tell. You can't tell, but I can tell. Anyway, this was the whole. I'll tell you the reason why it's a failure after I'm done showing you what it is. So, over here, got the Afton house, William Afton and his family. So we have a this just basic house. We have a very, very small, like very ugly looking backyard. It wasn't really meant to look good because no one was gonna go there. We have this bathroom. This is where Afton and his wife would sleep. And then we have the daughter's room, Elizabeth. Over here we have Michael's room. Over here we have a bathroom. Over here the crying child's room. And over here we have the pizzeria. You can see how ugly it is. Just look at that. Look at that scary, scary, scary stare. It's just staring right into your soul. Boy. And then we have Spring Bonnie. It looks goofy. I know Cthulhu made these, but I don't know. There's just something about them that just looks scary. Like, no offense to you, Cthulhu. I think you do great jobs on making these guys. Like, the ones you made in there, of course, are cool and stuff. But just like, I don't know. They just look scary. But Fredbear's family dining. And we got the entrance, we got the counter. I don't know what it's called. Something with that. And we have goofs, kids, all these kids watching Fredbear and Spring Bonnie perform for parts and service. Um, Small bathroom is over here. It's garbage. I don't really like bathrooms. I don't really like making bathrooms because they're so boring. Nothing cool about them. We have a poster that's kind of weird. I don't know why I did that. Over here we have a kitchen, just a singular employee. He's trying to reach something from the cabinet. Over here we have the office, or not office, the janitor room. It's like these two hallways lead to the exact same place. This one's over here. This one's longer for no reason at all. But we got the security office where William and later Henry would work at. This was like a whole FNAF movie I was planning to make. Is what this map was for. FNAF like movie or film, but I never had enough people to do it, so it never got done. Here we got this like little um, tunnel that leads to the big city. This is like a little tiny, tiny, small portion of land that so happened to have two houses and two restaurants right next to it. But big city, it's a part of the big city, except it's all this private land. Obviously, it didn't look like this in games or books, but I kind of just inspired it off of what I thought it could be like. Here you got Henry Emily's house, his bathroom, garage, his car, his room, and then his daughter's room, which is Charlie. I'm pretty sure her name is Charlie. And then over here we have. Oh, I didn't even read. Does it even have a sign? No, it doesn't even have a sign. That's weird. Over here we have the wonderful and amazing mediocre melodies over here. But what is the name of it? I'm trying to think. The wonderful and amazing Chica's Party World. There we go. And, these are the mediocre melodies. We got all the kids watching them perform. We got El Chip, a Mexican beaver. We got Happy Frog, a literal frog that's always happy and annoying. We got Orville Elephant, a magician elephant. We got um, musician, not musician. Am I saying it right? I'm terrible at words. What is it? Yeah, yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. And then we got Pig Patch, just a country pig playing a banjo, but he has a guitar there. Because there's no banjos in Fortnite. We have a supply closet. Boring, I know. Over here, the adults get to see, Mr. Hippo perform as he just tells them adult jokes and all this stuff. That's just like what he's made for. I mean, he kind of made for kids, but adults want something too, and so he just like makes a whole bunch of old jokes only adults would get. Only kids would understand him. He just talks all the time. Doesn't really do anything. Bathrooms. Not a bathroom. Here. I have a kitchen over here. They're like complete rivals. We have a guy manning the grill. Another girl trying to grab something from the cabinet. I say another girl, but a girl. It's not really the other girls that are working here. It's only 3 people. I'm over here, like, this is supposed to be the party room. So it's named after Chica, but for some reason, she's not up here on the big stage. Really, the mediocre melodies are what they're really here for. By the way, this is just a little thing for toddlers to come on. It's just a camel ride and sit on while watching TV. Um, but this is like supposed to be her restaurant, and yet she's in a party room, not the actual main room. But it's Chica and Ned Bear, Mr. Cupcake, all performing for these little kids in the party room, and that's pretty much the entire map. Yeah, it's not really a good map. I mean, it is a good map, but it's kind of like there's nothing to do, just to look at. The whole point of it was to make it. It was supposed to be a set for a film, but that film never came out because I never had enough people to do it. So we couldn't really schedule anything without a lot of people. People that didn't want to do it couldn't do it at the time, and we had so many problems, and so we just never did it. So that's why this map failed because, of course, we never really had anybody to help with it. It was kind of just left to rot. I might just save the animatronics and put them in a different map, but other than that, this whole map should be probably trashed. It's pretty garbage. And this is another map that failed, my hunting game, and I am so mad and sad that this one failed. It could have been the best game ever, I feel like, but of course it has to fail. So at the start here, you talk to this person, it's Ramirez, you talk to her. It says, welcome to the town. This is the place you respawn when you die. And we have shops, missions, and more. Have fun. You can even buy a cabin. Of course, you can't buy a cabin because it didn't work. This game's a flop. But you would have been able to buy a cabin, and you would have been able to, add whatever you wanted in there. I don't know, do whatever you want. Or do whatever you want. There's a gun store. We have all these guns. We got snipers, DMR, pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, snipers. Over here it says animals may be stronger than expected. Be careful and be wise. That's because like these llamas are crazy strong. So yeah, and then we got some ammo, modifier. Uh, is that what mod bench? I have Jonesy. He says, "What is this?" That's what you're asking him. And he says, "Welcome to the gun store. Here are some starter guns. Make sure to use the right gun for the job. Know your limits." It's kind of weird. He says starter guns, except it's only one gun, but whatever. So, here we got the 100 bolt. It's action sniper. Put old guns here, so once you're done using this, you might want to buy an actual real gun. You can put it in here. Shop lane. They had some updates. See, there's something behind that wall that was gonna eventually open up, and you could buy it. But it has some updates, but of course they had to fail. It says, "What is this?" Welcome to the bow shop. We have the classics and some crossbows as well. So this is like a bow area. So we have all these different bows: primal, mechanical bow, crossbow, arrows. The fun store have mostly healing items. We have a falcon scout, so you can scout out animals from far distances, or mark them, or even just like look around places you won't be able to reach to if you're just average character. Some more heals. We got a boomerang, and it says, "What is this?" Welcome to the fun store. We have some fun items that can be useful, and we have heals. So there you go. Then we get the zombie bows, and it's pretty. I was thinking about having someone here to talk to. Pretty much, these are bows for zombies, and zombies were gonna be a creature you could have hunted, but the map for the zombies didn't come out because my friend too that made the whole teleport mechanic never got to it, so we just never had that. And over here we have some more shops. Oliver's going to be added over here too. Behind this door is like a dog, and you would be able to hire him and other dogs in later updates that will help you on your journey in hunting, just like a real dog companion. And you can the sell shack is over here. You can sell these things. Sell meat. You can sell some wolf teeth. All these different eggs. You got boar hair, raptor eye, cube parts, and jellyfish. You can sell, and how you could sell those is in the new map. I'll show you later. There's all these different creatures. There was zombies and like this jellyfish. You can go to 2 locations. I was gonna fill this whole place full of locations, but sadly there's only 2. There's grasslands found in Texas, and then the Rocky Mountains in New Mexico. The grasslands is recommended for beginners, so let's go to the grasslands. It says, "Here in the grasslands of Texas, chickens and wolves are most common." Travel to Texas. See, we traveled here. And there's a chicken here. And a wolf. He's chasing the chicken. Killed that wolf. Killed that chicken. Smoked him. There's a giant camera over there. That's something to notice. I did post about this map sometimes in my what's it called, in my YouTube channel, but since I never got to show it, I didn't really go anywhere. But you can see it was supposed to be a bunch of wolves and chickens, but the only problem is they kept despawning and respawning. So it would have been cool if they just, here's the map, by the way. It would be cool if they just like spawned in, fought each other, or just hung around. But no, they just keep respawning and despawning, so it completely ruins the whole hunting idea. If you can just go over there and pick up their remains after they die, it's dumb. So it kind of what's ruined the game. We have the sun's in the way, but we have mountains here. A camera watching us. It's not really visible. You have to kind of get kind of close to see it. And that has something to do with the lore of this game. It was supposed to have some lore in this game to keep it interesting, but again, the game failed, so I couldn't really expand the lore like I wanted to. So here you come back, now you can go to the sell shack, sell your meat, sell these teeth that you acquired, and sell eggs. Like I have like 80, what is that, 89? I can't see. Yeah, 89 points. So I can come over here and buy something when I want. Let's see, what should I buy? Assault rifles? No, let's buy a DMR. Can we buy a DMR? Thermal DMR, yes. This only rifle just throw away. Now we're going to travel to New Mexico, the Rocky Mountains, New Mexico. Here in the sandy mountains of New Mexico are some wild black and brown boars and a rare black wolf. Be careful, as raptors are in the mountains as well. So there's raptors in the game, but I didn't know how to put them in the game, for them to make sense. So I put them in Mexico because it's a desert. Raptors are in deserts, most of them are at least. And so I was thinking like, hey, let's pretend like there's just raptors in the Mexico. I think that'd be funny. We had a raptor egg and its eye. Saw a bunch of like sand and slate dirt, dry environment. See, they keep dying and respawning. They get stuck on the terrain, which is kind of annoying. I should have checked the terrain before I put the animals on it. You can kind of see the whole problem with this. Respawning and despawning. It gives you infinite money. I don't want people to get infinite money by doing that. I want people to get money by killing the animals it's supposed to kill. So if you go up here, I have a pretty big place, like an oasis area. There's a lot of chases. Little area here. I thought this was really cool. It's like there's some. Are they over here? Yep. There are some black boar. They're very strong, but they don't move. That's like the worst part about these animals. They don't move because the terrain's so bad for them that they don't move unless they have to. And I put their wander super high up. But yet, since it's so like, I don't know what's wrong. Fortnite, I guess, it's just broken with certain things added together. So it doesn't work. And there was a trailer on top of here. You could see it if you go all the way back there, but I'm not going to do that. But you can come all around here and loop yourself back. There's more boar over here. And there's supposed to be a black wolf, I think. Yeah, black wolf all the way over there. All the way over there, but then of course it's not there. It's Fortnite again, doesn't want me to make a really cool map. You can see the grid there too. But I was kind of sad because this was like a really cool map in my opinion. I realize these maps aren't super duper big, but they should have been big enough in my opinion to have some animals on there at the time. I just didn't want to make it too small and there's animals everywhere. I kind of want to space them out, so you have to kind of go on a journey to find these animals, not just given to you. You have to kind of work for them, get to them, That's pretty much the whole map. It just didn't work. It just, the whole idea and stuff just failed, making me really sad too, because there's a whole bunch of hunting maps I see in Fortnite Creative, but I don't want to be mean, but they're all kind of bad. But yeah, there's like so many other hunting games out there, or not so many, I would say just a good few, but they're not that good. Like, most of them are just open, wide maps. open world maps with just animals all over the place. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's just kind of gets boring after a while. But in this game, I was gonna offer different things you can hunt. It's not just the same things: wolves, boars, raptors, wolves, boars, raptors, different variants of wolves, different variants of boars, different variants of chickens, other stuff like these mystical creatures like zombies and sky jellyfish, which is what these were, and then even other stuff with the NPC device. I could dress them up as animals and be like, hey, look, you can go get a fox or go get a deer or go get this bear, you know, with the Pelican Looter skin. I can make a bear. I was gonna make all these maps like an Arctic map and you know, over here was a like Montana type map, and I was even gonna add like a Bigfoot map, like a park uh, area, and Bigfoot was gonna be in it. You could go hunt him, like a swamp guy and stuff. But of course, it didn't really work out as always. And over here, you can see, you know, this is where the whole Arctic thing was gonna be. But you can see the whole um, Montana like style map. See like little ponds here and there throughout the map. You know, big old mountains. This was even gonna be like a cave area. I was gonna like build a cave into these mountains right here and over here as well. You know, it didn't really work out. You know, even over here, this was gonna be two completely different maps. Like they're gonna be similar, but they were gonna split in the middle, having two different varieties. One was gonna have. Let me see, which ones are these? Let's check here. So there's a spawner device here. That means, yeah, over here. Um, is it over here? Like the creature device? Yes. These are all the zombies that are gonna be in this section. All these like crazy different variants of zombies, and over here we're gonna be like these purple zombies. I guess you could say not all these zombies are gonna be over here, but these are gonna be like the bright area. This is gonna be like the more purple, darky, gloomy zombies over here, and the brighter zombies over here. I mean, they're both zombies. It's both an upside down, like creating a crazy fantasy world. But each side was going to have its own thing. You know, this side's going to be contaminated with more mushrooms. This side's going to be contaminated with more just like alien-like plants like this, and sky jellyfish are going to spawn underneath this pond. And over here, you know, just different waters and cubes and stuff. But of course, it didn't happen. And there's some cracks in these mountains, and I had this in for a lore reason. If I can find it, is it right here? No, it's not. It's right here. See this little vine here? Get through it. See, it's like all glitched out. There's like, you know, unmaterialized, you could say untextured, uh, not land or something like that, terrain. Random suits of armor. They're not there because like it has anything to do with the map, but it's like all glitched out. So it's like different, you know, genres or games or sections all put together. You got this like weird fish statue, all this like dirt and like trash. That's like box fort set up with like a table and a bed. And this is a campfire, and this is gonna be a note. And it's made by Joe, and all it says is they're coming. I am finding a new location, and that's all it says because I couldn't write anything else because it was glitchy. But even with that, it was still glitchy. I couldn't finish it. And over here, you can see the top. It doesn't really matter. It's not a secret anymore because the map is never gonna be done. But we got a helicopter over here, like the government's watching over. And the whole story of the game was it was going to be a regular hunting game, but secretly there was more to the game, and that was that you were in a literal game. You were playing as a character, hunting animals and stuff, but the whole catch was your character was aware that it was in a game controlled by you, yourself, the player. And your character yourself wasn't aware, but this other character became aware and abandoned his player for his. I don't know how that works, but the whole government's trying to get onto him and like you know capture him and stuff. And he leaves these notes because he's been in certain parts of the land, and he moves to like the desert, New Mexico desert. You can see chairs here, some like a trailer, but that's not where he's at. He lives in this like little home. I can find it right here, I think. And I was gonna make it where if you go down here, it'll teleport into his lair or whatever, and he'll tell you what's going on. And even in the Montana woods, I was gonna make, of course, like I said, NPC devices are just like skins, but you can, or just like NPCs, but you can put them in animal skins and pretend like they're animals. And so I was gonna do that, but I was gonna have it where they were actually used to be old, players controlled by, the real players, us, and then they found out as well, and got turned into these fake animals only for us playing as this character to kill them and then they'll die. And, the cycle continues. More and more people find out, then they die. Or no, then they become animals and they die. And so the animals keep coming. I even have this like dog over here. That's the dog I was talking about. But yeah, this map was so cool, man. Oh man, I wish I could finish it. But the whole creative thing and glitch. He actually used to be a lot bigger. He used to come all the way out here. But again, Fortnite didn't allow that. But yeah, that's how it is. But this is going to be a Godzilla roleplay slash fighting game, open world, where you wouldn't really win anything from fighting, but you could just have a free roam fight, kill whoever you want, have fun with your friends, shooting them and stuff, attacking them as big kaiju. And he would spawn this lobby and he would swim down like Godzilla in the ocean, swimming. He would swim to where you want to go, like locations. But of course, I didn't make that a feature. Um, over here, there's only two characters. You got Godzilla 1954, the very original. I really hate his spines; make my head itch. Just looking at him makes me gross out. But here he is. He looks kind of ugly, but he's got the big, bulky thighs and knees, and that goofy looking eye set. I think it looks cool, but we got King Ghidorah over here. Not really the best sculpt, but it works. This was right after my original Godzilla game. The only problem with that Godzilla game was there's a little bit of bugs, but mainly I was making it where with this one device I used to make the classes, because of the whole device I used, it was making it where I couldn't add any more classes. So I wanted to make this as a 2.0 version for the whole Godzilla season, where you have a lot more classes, a lot more Godzilla fun. But again, it didn't work out. Over here we got this place. What is this place? What is this? That's wrong. Okay. So we got City C, I think is what this is. And there was gonna be a whole city, but of course this is so big. I overthought this. I could have made it smaller, but I didn't. But it's such a big platform for just a small like guy like me, because it's gonna be a bunch of small little buildings. It makes sense, I guess, but at the same time, it doesn't. Again, I made it so big over here, Monster Island. It's just too big. Got these trees. It's like the dead part. We got these like military set up here. Over here, like the evil part, the dark part. We have lava, and this is gonna be like Rodan's area, and all the bad guy, or not bad guy, but just all like the creepier monsters, would hang out here, or the misunderstood, you could say. And then over here is like the brighter side, you got this giant base here that the humans made, with this gate in the way. Uh, but then we have like this underground area, and it's gonna be like where King Kong is at, and he's like living alongside the humans. So that's all for this map. It's really not that, grand. I am gonna probably use that Godzilla model to make the man in the suit, which is like a horror film thing, and I want to make it into an actual game. But other than that, it's kind of I don't know. I'm just kind of, if I am gonna remake the map, I'm definitely gonna delete everything here and just start from scratch of what I want to do. Because I don't know, it's just not like that. Map here. This is another FNAF fan game that I made. a long time ago. I had a series called FNAD. I talked about it a little bit earlier. I made one FNAD game, a second FNAD game. They were both in the same map. Then I made a whole other map for this third FNAD game, and it was a total ripoff of FNAF 3. And this is like the original. I didn't make any like copies and change it up. No, no, this is like the original because this is the moment where I realized this series kind of died. But we have the old camera system. You can see how bad it is. Um, right here, it's the spawn area. It says you are Rogzu. Use door. So I guess you would go towards the office and you would use the door. Again, just like the original, you would play as the animatronics, and one of your other friends would play as a night guard. So you have this ugly looking attraction. It's so like ugly. It's so ugly. We have this like thing blocking the pardon service. We got. I think this. I actually do think this is where we got the original Diny like AI head sculpts. I could be wrong, but over here we have like. I think this is where we got it from. I'm not lying to you. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but this could be an idea of where I got them from. Either this or I got them somewhere else because this is Spike. He was in the second game. He's just another dinosaur. I forgot what dinosaur he was, but he was a carnivore. Kind of like Funtime Freddy in the second game, but in this game is all like rotten, and the SU is always green. We have Ducky, whatever. I think this is where you spawn. Oh, no, no, you're Ducky and Mannequin spawn. And of course, I wasn't really good at spelling at the time. I'm still not really good at it, but I'm getting better. A lot better. You use the vent, so that's how you get into the room. But obviously, there's more than one way, so there's different vents. So Ducky, of course, is like a rip-off Chica, except it's a duck. It's kind of all. Mannequin in the first game was not harmful at all, but was like kind of like a spring Bonnie thing, but coming to life at the last night 6. But in this game, it's actually a threat. And here we got an air vent here. We spawn as a mannequin. Over here in this room, uh, who's here? Spike spawns in here. This is his room. We got a dead person here. I don't think it's supposed to be a real dead person, obviously. It's like a horror attraction. Horror attraction. Thank you very much. We got this room in here. This is for Bob. Yep, you are Bob. He's like my version of Billy Bob, except he's a Brachiosaurus. In the second game, he was like, I don't know, he's like I just said, except he had a bigger role. Here we got the office. You can see it's so old. We have these buttons to shut the doors. They don't even shut them. They just make a barrier. Same goes for these air vents here. Just one air vent, so I guess Ducky and Mannequin use the air vents. And over here, I guess is how you would check cams. What's going on, Roxu? Who's in here? Oh, air vent cam. Yeah. So you can see it's very low quality. No, not really the best. We got the outside head sculpts. I think this is. I'm almost positive this is how we made the Daddy sculpt. I could be wrong, but or at least maybe I started in there and then I added it here. I don't know. Maybe I just made two different dinosaurs. I have no idea. But yeah, this is like a really old map. I'm definitely deleting this someday. It's just so ugly and there's no point to it. Recognize this map right away, but this is my FNAF 6 map, uh, also known as the FNAF 6 RP series that I did on my old channel. Of course, the reason why this map failed was we just didn't really have enough people for it. The people that we did have didn't really want to do it anymore. It was kind of cringe and old, so we just didn't do it. But we're gonna even make a way for it to go with the the other FNAF map, the Fredbear's one that I was talking about earlier on this video, and we're gonna make it where this would be left off after we go and do the other recordings for the other map. And once we get done with that, we'll go down the timeline, and then this we'll come back to this at the very end. So we were gonna do we started off at this first. We plan to stop, remake like old, like do all the old things before this happens, like before this happens. Um, pretty much just do the prequel before the sequel, even though we started in the sequel, if that makes sense. And then once we get to the prequel, then then this is the sequel. So then we would end back up here where we left off. Obviously, it failed, but it's such a cool map. We have the store over here. I was really into role plays, so don't judge me here. Hi, my name is John. Feel free to look around. So around here, you buy all the stuff you wanted for your pizzeria, different signs, kitchen supplies, all these things. And then go out here. This whole area didn't get shown, at least not that I know, but it was gonna have like a whole bunch of arcade machines that you can buy, put in your pizzeria. Over here, the ice cream place, where you can buy your ice cream. Over here, what is this? Oh, yeah, I already showed you guys this. Over here, we got parts and animation. I don't know what's wrong with this place. We have some empty cages because we stole, or we didn't steal. We bought the animatronics in them. We have some animatronics that you can buy. Here's the guy over here. We have Rockstar Foxy, looking weird, of course. So around this time, I made the FNAF models. And if you've seen my Freddy's Ultimate Roleplay map, you would know that I remade or Cthulhu. I used Cthulhu's models, and we remade the whole like animatronics, and we put the old ones in the museum. These are some old animatronics that I've used, or I've had. We have like an old fox. We have a Rockstar Foxy, Rockstar Chica that looks terrible, Rockstar Bonnie. So it looks so bad, but that's what we had back then. We have a playground that had like a mountain in it, and the whole point was one day you would come across it and there would be a bomb. And the bomb would go off and blow up the mountain, and this thing would be revealed. And if you go inside, it just reveals this like weird sculpture. It has nothing to do with the FNAF thing. This weird sculpture of like a battle rail map or something above here, and it's like a city or something like that. And in the middle is like 0 point. And then yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why we did this. Oh yeah, I actually no, I do remember. So this is to represent my battle royale map during the time. It doesn't really look like anything, but it's supposed to represent all the buildings. This is the 0 point under here, and then this is like a whole alien planet. And my friend Elzone, which was like the villain in the story, um, he has like this spaceship and this fake artificial planet he made. Like he just made it, and it was supposed to copy this, but he did a bad job of it because you can't really copy what the 0 point makes, and that's like leads up to the whole season thing. There's like fireworks everywhere, he's like shooting and stuff. It's all I know. I have a wild imagination. We have like all this dust and dirt. We got Fort Phone, which had nothing to do with FNAF. Maybe we were gonna do something special. Cthulhu really wanted to make it. It doesn't really have an upstairs. It has this area, but it's all blocked off for some reason. And then that's like That's it. Um, and over here we have the apartments, but they don't really go anywhere. And the alleyway, and this is where Lefty's at. If you, I think I was either gonna salvage him or I didn't salvage him. I forgot. I have to look back in the episodes. Either way, he ended up in the alley. I don't know if he started off in the alley and I was about to salvage him, or if I was about to salvage him, but then I didn't, and I left him in the alley. I'm pretty sure I didn't, and I'll put him here. But we have Lefty here, and the air vent that leads to the office. My coin machine, this is how I would get my money in the game. We had the Freddy sign. I meant every like color represents a different character in the pizzeria. So the F is brown for Freddy, R is blue for Bonnie. Even though, in my opinion, he's purple in the original game, but we're talking about like rock stars, so R is blue for Bonnie, E is yellow for Chica, D is red for Foxy. I think this D is for. I could be wrong. I think it's for Lefty. I don't remember this one. The Y I think is for Happy Frog, and the S is for the puppet. Um, it's kind of off the charts with the rest of the colors, but over here we got the pizza burrito. Remember in the first episode it was kind of like poor, but in the second one and third one it got better and better because we upgraded it with the money that we got. And so here we have upgraded stages with like this cool face on the wall. We got not fun time, Rockstar Freddy. We bought him, and then we got this cool starter pack or something like that, animatronic for free, and it's not glam, Funtime Chica. And here we have Sinus's happy birthday, and his kids are like going up to her, watching. And we have the counter, on the counter where the prizes are at. Over here we have the kitchen. We upgraded the kitchen. Now we don't just sell pizzas, we sell ice cream. So that's a big relief. So it's not just the ice cream place, it's a pizza place too, like it's supposed to be. Um, oh yeah, and the bathrooms are upgraded too. Oh yeah, different stalls, I guess, is what these were. Yeah. Um, over here, inner more hallway, and then more in the pizzeria. We have a salvage room where I salvage the animatronic. And then over here, we have the office. The two vents, just like in FNAF 6. This one, if we can get in there, kind of hard, kind of tricky. Kind of to force yourself in there. But if we get in here, see it's kind of just messy. If we go down here, this pathway leads to Lefty's area in the back alley. But if we go down here, it leads to this other room in the apartment building. Um, the apartments are just empty. They're not actual apartments. They're just like a setup there. So this leads outside. Yeah, and then we got this air vent. If we go down it, we'll go two ways. If we go this way, we'll go up, and then we'll go down into like this area, which leads us out here. But um, if we take a left instead of right, we'll go down, and then we'll go down over here to the hallway. So yeah, pretty simple. Wish I could have done more before I left it, but that's how it is. This is a really fun map while it lasted, a really cool map. Do we have anything over here? Anything behind the scenes? I think we did, but I don't know if I can still find it. Oh yeah, Foxy here. There's legs here. Right, original Foxy, like I copied him and pasted him and stuff like that. Anything else? I feel like there's more. Could be wrong. No, I think this is it. Ah. Wait. What is this? Ah, this is hideous. Kill it, please. That scared me a little bit. I guess that's it. But yeah, that's this. That's this map. And the last and final game that I've made. I'm just so sad. I put so much effort, so much work, so much detail on this map, and it doesn't even work. This is my Team Fortress 2 inspired type of map. It does not look anything like Team Fortress 2, but it was supposed to be inspired by it. so it's kind of have the same kind of vibe. But the whole point of the map was this team was trying to get. What does this say? Uh, Text. This whole team was trying to come over here and get this like rock or not rocket tank to like destroy something over here, and so they're both battling to see who would win first. Would it be this team to destroy whatever was over there, or this team to destroy their tank and to make them lose? Um, but yeah, oh man, I'm so sad about this map. Such cool debris over here from like battle. This super duper cool machine gun turret. You know, can you break stuff? No, you can't. All these flowers growing even in the rubble. Even through all this destruction, there's some beauty left. Beauty can still be seen. You know, and we have like the gate broken out, the fence. I mean, it's like broken out. We have like all these cool things here. We got some computers, and I really went ham with the item dropper, item placer, whatever. And I used it for so much detail, but it didn't even matter in the end. But here, if I have like a flashlight, you can see here these like this like sniper in the case, and snipers hanging from the window. A sniper class was using him, and so like it was just detail that this was the sniper location. You come over here with your sniper and use them. I have all these water bottles for him to drink and stuff like that. I have this porta potty here that would teleport you up there and teleport you back down there. Kind of like a little system. It's like vent. It was like smoking and burning. I have this like RPG here, rocket launcher. I have this like little building here. We got like a shotgun here, some pistols. I think a knife is here somewhere. Could be wrong. And up here we have like the other guys' team. Medic room is in here with his special gun that he uses. Heavy's gun. Thinking of Heavy's gun spawn here in the cave. Was it best? No. But was it cool and awesome and fun in every way? Absolutely. We even have like some other stuff up here. More details, all the classes. Um, Elevator thing. I might have made it go down in the original thought. I don't know. Let's see. Let's test this game out. Let's see if I can look at all the classes. See, it lets me pick my class. We got the soldier, the heavy, the sniper, the medical man, the scout, Mr. Boom, Pyro, which is like a fire class, and the spy. But you see, whenever I switch, it doesn't change my items. And I know that's a setting now, but back then I didn't, and so it kind of ruined everything. And just even other mechanic issues, they kind of ruined everything. So I'm kind of slowed now. See destroy everything, like keep their team. You know, have your knife here has the spy. There's so much, like, look, there's just ammo on the ground. Like, there's so much detail, man. And there's so much more I probably didn't even look at. Like, look, there's swords or knives in these, like, I mean, it's not knives, but there's, like, things in these boxes. And it's so cool to me. so much detail, but it's all just like wasted. I really like the skull with the eyes glowing red. I think that's so cool. You hear the machines and the porta potty over here. Spawn out here. See what I'm saying? I just changed my guns entirely. Made me a whole other class. But, you know, all these maps have something in common. They all failed. For whatever reason. But the thing is, no matter how many times I fail, I'm not going to give up. And I have a lot of maps that are amazing and are awesome and fun in every way. And so, yeah, I learned a lesson. No matter how many times you fail, don't give up, because you might get one good one out of all the bad ones. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and it's been fun. Bye bye.